Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to take our finalized project in GeoGebra, and we are going to convert it into an algebra view, and I'm going to show you how to actually type in here and actually write on top of your project. So right now you have the algebra view, or excuse me, the geometry view. We need to go to those Oreo cookies again on the right-hand column up top. Then we need to go to, this is where you saved everything and exported your actual assignment. So instead of going into File, the one that you actually want to go into is Perspectives. It's the third one down. And then in here, you're in the geometry view. Instead of using geometry, I'm going to click on algebra. When I do that, I get a lot of stuff that pops up in my left-hand column right here. And then you see actually two axes. So you have your x-axis and your y-axis. First thing I want to do is I want to get rid of my x and y-axis. So I just have my cursor, my move tool, and I'm going to right-click. So I can either take a two-finger click on my Chromebook anywhere on the white space, or I can hit Alt and click, and that'll bring up my normal right click. And if you notice that the axes are checked, so I want to click and uncheck those axes so it doesn't get in my way. Because realistically, all I want is this stuff over here. So now what I'm going to do, I have an input bar here. I want to type into this, and I want to find out what relationship I have between this angle right here, which is angle alpha, and this angle right here, which is angle beta. So I'm going to take a look at those. What I need is this input. So when I click on my input bar, you notice that alpha symbol pops up again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click that alpha symbol, and it actually will allow me to type in the angle alpha's measurement, which in this case is 46.46 degrees. So when I click that, I can type in alpha, and I want to see what happens when I add alpha plus beta. I want to see that relationship between alpha and beta. So I'm going to click those, and I hit enter, and it gives me a new angle measurement down here. See that? 180 degrees. Now here's the neat thing. What we're going to do from there is we're going to actually test this. We're going to play with it a little bit, and if you notice, angles alpha and beta are changing. What happens to this angle measurement down here? Okay? So I'm going to do that again. Now I want to see what happens when I have angle alpha again. What happens when I add angle alpha to angle gamma? Let's see what happens right there. So again, input bar, hit my tool, alpha, plus, and I want gamma, that little y. Gamma, what will that equal? Hit enter. Again, I have another, this is lowercase kappa, Greek letters, of course, and that is 180 degrees as well. So again, let's see what happens if I move my cursor. See if anything changes. Okay. So that's what you're doing. You're going to actually test a bunch of those angle measurements. You're going to see what happens when I add these two, and notice I'm adding a blue measurement to a red measurement. What happens when I add those together? What happens? Always blue to red, blue to red. That's what I want you testing right now. So play around with that. You should do that about 8 times and see what measurement, and then pretty much what we're going to talk about in class is why does that always happen? Why is this always true? That's something we're going to talk about in class. Okay? So have at it, and then your next video will be how to actually type that on to the project that you have in front of you.